Hey guys, let's get more news about Miami Heat, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Heat, Erik Spoelstra hit with more headache after latest injury pileup. As some Miami Heat fans will have déjà vu, the team once again has a lengthy injury report heading into Sunday's contest against the Cleveland Cavaliers, as it will be the second outing in the current four-game homestand. While it is not out of the usual for Heat head coach Erik Spoelstra to coach an undermanned unit, it still has been a frustrating season in terms of the team's health. This time around, for the Heat's laundry list of injured players, it features players that have been mainstays at this point and some new additions that remains to be seen if it's serious or just a nagging small problem. With 12 games left in the regular season, there is no room for error as Miami is trying to solidify playoff seeding and try to get out of contention for the play-in tournament. One of the new additions to the injury report is rookie Jamie Jaquez Jr., who is listed as questionable with left knee/ankle discomfort. The first-year player has been a standout for the team and one of the top rookies in the NBA, despite being selected with the 18th overall pick. While he has missed some time this season with 6 games, he's really been more than reliable for Miami, especially filling in for star Jimmy Butler when he was absent due to injury. The Heat should be giving Jaquez a more substantial update on Sunday before the game. While not really a new addition, Caleb Martin is on the report, but with a different injury than the known thumb sprain as this time around, he's dealing with a right knee/ankle discomfort. He has had several leg injuries this season, so the team is hoping it's not anything substantial or long-term. For the aforementioned mainstays on the injury report, Tyler Herro and Kevin Love are once again out for Saturday's crucial game against the Cavs. The Heat have been without both players for multiple weeks now, as fans are wondering when will be the next time they see them, if at all before the end of the regular season, as they will be missing their 15th and 13th contest respectively. Duncan Robinson will miss his third game due to left facet syndrome, which started as a back injury where he had to leave in the third quarter of the loss against the Philadelphia 76ers on March 18. He did say Friday that while it isn't too serious, the Heat is going to be smart about it or not rushing his return. "Thankful it's not too serious," Robinson said. "Big thing is making sure to calm it down. It's flared up right now. I'm trying to play as soon as I possibly can. Itching to be back out there. As soon as get the clear and okay, I'll be back out there. Taking a couple days helps a lot. The recovery and treatment has helped as well as other things. You want to be smart about it," Robinson continued. "I understand down the stretch there is going to be some managing of it from a pain perspective, which I'm ready to embrace, but you don't want to rush back to where it just flares up to where it starts, process, from day one." The Heat are 38-32 on the season, which puts them 7th in the Eastern Conference with 12 games left in the regular season. Miami continues on with their 4-game homestand Sunday against the Cavs, before taking on the Golden State Warriors and Portland Trail Blazers next week. Jimmy Butler doubles down on his shot at the Pelicans. "We are still the better team." After a blowout loss to the New Orleans Pelicans, one would think that Jimmy Butler would feel some ounce of humility with his team just 6 games above .500. Instead, despite the defeat, Butler claimed the Pelicans were outmatched and that he was unconvinced they pose a legitimate threat to his playoff ambitions. "I hope it added fuel to the fire," said Butler on his pre-game comments about the Heat being the better team. "They had a great game plan, they made shots, and they came in here and stole on. But I'm gonna stick by what I said, we're still the better team. Can't win 'em all, we damn sure should have won that one, but we'll be all right." Butler is one of the most fearless trash talkers in the game. No matter if it's after a win or loss, Butler likes to tease his opponents and his confidence never falters. Butler, a 12-year veteran, has taken this optimistic approach since early on in his career, and it's earned him a reputation for being a fearless leader who can tackle any challenge. With averages of 21.5 points, 5.4 rebounds, and 4.8 assists per game on 50.1% shooting, Butler has played his role to perfection this season, and he's been one of the only things keeping them out of a major slide down the standings. Truth be told, contrary to Butler's confidence, the Heat have not been great this season and certainly not better than the Pelicans, who are 43-27, 20-13 at home, and just 1.5 games back from a top-4 seed in the West. Butler and the Heat have backed up overly ambitious talk before, but one has to wonder if they are in over their heads trying to compete with the likes of the new-look Celtics and a Bucks squad with Damian Lillard and Giannis Antetokounmpo. The Miami Heat may talk a big game, but they've been able to back it up over the past few years. Back in 2020, they made a run to the NBA Finals and came to within a few games of winning the championship. 2 years later, the Heat advanced to the third round before getting defeated in a hard-fought series against Boston. Last season, the Heat had arguably their most impressive run yet. Despite a rocky campaign during the regular season and an 8th-place finish in the East, Miami was able to advance to the finals after beating the Bucks, Knicks, and Celtics in the opening rounds. Of course, the Heat have fallen short on every attempt so far, and despite being a massive success story, they have yet to bring a championship to the franchise since LeBron James left back in 2014. For Miami's place in history to be cemented, and Jimmy's confidence validated, the Heat will have to finish the job at some point and finally have a breakthrough that pushes them to the peak of their potential. For now, Butler is going to keep operating without fear, and you can bet he will not lose any faith in what his squad can do. Miami Heat injury report: key wing hurt, out indefinitely as postseason nears. Miami Heat rookie small forward Jamie Jaquez Jr. has incurred discomfort in his left knee and ankle, reports Anthony Chang of the Miami Herald. The Heat's medical team has yet to make an official diagnosis of the UCLA product's injury. Miami apparently expects he will be back in time for the end of the team's regular season. Per Chang, Jaquez had appeared in 25 consecutive contests prior to his absence in Miami's impressive 121-84 victory over the Cleveland Cavaliers on Sunday. Jaquez, a 6 feet 6 inches wing, was selected with the number 18 pick in the 2023 draft after a decorated 4-year career with the Bruins. Across 64 games, 19 starts, this year, the 23-year-old is averaging 12.3 points on .486/.315/.804 shooting splits, 4 rebounds, 2.6 assists, and 1.1 steals a night. He appears to be well on his way to earning all-rookie first-team honors. Beyond Jaquez, 3 of the team's sharpshooters remain unavailable. Starting shooting guard Tyler Herro has been out with right foot medial tendinitis for the past 15 consecutive bouts. Reserve stretch 5 Kevin Love has been out for 13 games in a row with a right heel bruise. Swingman Duncan Robinson, meanwhile, has been out for 3 contests straight with left facet syndrome. Backup wing Josh Richardson might be done for the year following his right shoulder surgery, but the other 3, plus Jaquez, should return prior to the end of the 2023-24 season. The Heat could certainly use their help, as they look to climb out of the Eastern Conference's play-in tournament bracket. At 39-32, Miami is currently the number 7 seed in the East, just 0.5 games behind the 40-32 Indiana Pacers. Losing Jaquez for an extended period of time here will significantly impact the team's wing depth, compounding the absences of Herro, Robinson, and Richardson on that front. In the team's victory over Cleveland, Miami opted to start young power forward Nikola Jovic and veteran shooting guard Patty Mills. During the epic blowout over the Cavaliers, Miami head coach Eric Spoelstra reshuffled his reserve wing rotation with Jaquez absent, extending big minutes to backups Caleb Martin, DeLon Wright, and Haywood Highsmith. The team performed admirably against a top Eastern Conference foe, but whether it can sustain this energy with this mounting injury reserve list remains to be seen. Miami would ideally like to avoid playing any games it doesn't have to, although last seen it benefited from a tune-up in the play-in tournament en route to a surprise run to the 2023 NBA Finals. They fell in 5 games to the Denver Nuggets, although this year's team is much deeper than the 2022-23 vintage. And you, fan, what do you think of the situation of Jamie Jaquez Jr.? Leave your opinion in the comments.